Here we go, 3.6, add and subtract polynomials. What we're looking at is we are adding and subtracting polynomials. In order to add or subtract polynomials, you need to follow the following rules. To add, remove the brackets. To subtract, you add its opposite. Now, a better way to look at that is we're going to look at another example a little later on about adding its opposite. And there's another way to approach that question, and you'll get a good answer for that one. Part 2, group like terms. And finally, apply integer rules. Integer rules means simplify. Example. Number 1, simplify the following: 4x plus 3 plus 7x plus 2. So, we are adding two polynomials. So we look at the front of this polynomial, and there's nothing in front of this bracket to affect this bracket. So we can rewrite it as 4x plus 3. Now, this bracket has a plus in front of it. Plus affects the bracket by saying plus all of these numbers, and that gives us plus 7x plus 2. The beauty of adding is we can just eliminate the brackets. 4x plus 7x is 11x. And 3 plus 2 is plus 5. So we can group the like terms like this, folks, so we can put them together, the x's together, and then the terms, the constants together, and then that's combining the like terms, so that's grouping the like terms. Or, folks, what you can do is add. For example, show me that 4x plus 7x. So use colors or lines to define which ones are like. I'm using the red color to define that 4x plus 7x gives us 11x. And I'm using the black color to define that plus 3 and plus 2 are like terms. So we get an answer of 11x plus 5. Let's look at another example. 2p minus 2 plus 4p minus 7. Let's see if you can try this question without my help. I'll give you a moment, pause the video, try the problem, and then start the video again. Okay, we're back. So, what we need to do is eliminate those brackets. There we go. Next, what we're going to do is collect the like terms. So 2p matches with plus 4p. Minus 2 matches with minus 7. So you get 2p plus 4p, which is 6p, and minus 2 minus 7, which is minus 9. And that, folks, is the final answer. So it looked hard in the beginning, but once you grouped and collected like terms, we found out that it's 6p minus 9 is our final answer. Let's look at some more examples on the next page. Here's C. Okay, we'll do these ones one by one. 3y plus 5 minus 7y minus 4. Let's look at what happens here. The first one is not a problem because there's nothing in front of it. But the second one, the second set of brackets, has a minus in front of it. What this means is we have to take this minus and give it to each piece inside the bracket. So it'll be minus 7y and minus 4y. So minus, minus, don't forget, we're giving the sign to each term inside the bracket. So that is, again, 3y plus 5 minus 7y plus 4. So minus, minus makes plus, so it would be plus 4. Now we're going to collect the like terms. So 3y matches with minus 7y, and plus 5 matches with plus 4. And we get a final answer of negative 4y plus 9. Let's try another example. A little harder, but the same process, folks. So here we go. 0.5 v squared plus 2v. So we can put that all here. And then we have a minus, and that applies to everything inside the bracket. So 1 and 2 to every term. So minus minus makes plus 2.4 v squared, and minus minus makes plus 3v. Collect the like terms, 0.5 plus 2.4. Those two go together. And plus 2v and plus 3v go together so that we get 2.9 v squared plus 5v. Let's look at another example, E. And we get the following. Ready? Add these up together. We get this. And then we have a minus that gets applied to everything inside. So we have minus minus, which makes plus a squared. Minus minus, which makes plus 2a. And minus plus, which makes minus 5. So once we've done that, we've pulled out the minus to everything inside the bracket. We now collect like terms. That is a squared plus a squared minus 2a plus 2a and plus 1 and minus 5. So that you get 2a squared minus 4. Why is it minus 4 only? Because remember here, folks, a squared plus a squared is 2a squared. But minus 2a plus 2a means there's 0 a's. No a's, don't put them in. 1 minus 5 gives us minus 4. So now we have 2a squared minus 4. F. Here's our giant one here, folks. You can do this one. I have confidence that you can finish this. Ready? Here we go. Looking at the first one, all we have to do is get rid of that first set of brackets, no problem. But then the next one, this minus goes to every piece inside the bracket. But don't forget, you stop after the bracket ends. So only to those 3 pieces inside the bracket get that minus. So we get minus 5m squared minus 7m plus 3. And then we have the plus 4m plus minus 2. So plus 4m minus 2. And then again, that minus, tricky little minus on the outside changes the signs on the inside. So we get minus m squared minus m and plus 1. All right. Now all we have to do is collect the like terms. So here we go. 3m squared minus 5m squared minus m squared. Minus 5 plus 3 minus 2 plus 1. Minus 7m plus 4m minus m. Now you might be confused as to what goes first. Well, folks, it goes by degree. The highest degree term should come first. So the highest degree term here is m squared. So negative 3m squared plus minus 7m is, one more time, 3m squared minus 5m squared is negative 2m squared. Minus m squared gives us negative 3m squared. Next goes the m's. Minus 7m plus 4m minus m, which gives us minus 4m. And then the constants, 5 plus 3 minus 2 plus 1 gives us plus 7. All right, that's the end of that example. Moving on. Example 2. 4 authors team up to write a textbook. The publisher negotiates the following contracts with them. So here is our example with how much the author. So we got Dowling, Gautier, Yorick, and Ing make some money on a book. So the fixed rate for Dowling makes a value of $2,000 with no royalty fees. Gautier makes $1,000 plus another royalty of $2 for however many books are sold. Yorick makes $1,500 but only makes $1 for every book sold. And finally, Ing doesn't make any fixed rate, but definitely makes a royalty fee of $3 for every book sold. So no fixed rate, but definitely $3 for every book sold. So what we need to do is write a simplified expression for the total payout to the authors, and finally determine the total amount paid to the authors for 1,200 books sold. So here we go. So what we need to do is find a final expression. The final expression, the payout, is going to be 2,000 plus 1,000 plus the 2n, don't forget that Gautier makes $2 for every book sold. Then Yorick's is 1,500 plus n, and Ing makes 3n total. Okay? Now, collecting like terms, folks, we need to collect like terms. This is not a simplified expression. This is just an expression. Simplified means we need to collect all the like terms, folks. So 2,000, 1,000, and 1,500 go together, and 2n and n and 3n go together, so that we get a total of 6n plus $4,500. So that is the total amount that's going to be paid out for all the authors to all put together. Determine the total amount paid to the authors for 1,200 books sold. Well, the total amount is going to be 6 times 1,200. That is 6 times 1,200 plus the 4,500 that is the base pay, so that we get a total of $11,700. So the total payout is $11,700. Well, folks, that's the end of the video. Have a numerical day.